All right, today we're diving into a really beautiful story. It's about two kids, Abdullah and Fatima, and a lesson they learn about something, well, something that's one of the most important things in life, service. Let's get right into it. So, to really get us thinking, let me ask you something. What do you think is our most important duty? I mean, we're all juggling a million things, right? But what's the one thing that should always come first? Just keep that question in the back of your mind as we meet our main characters.
Okay, so picture this. We're in a quiet little village. The sun is just starting to peek over the horizon. You can hear the birds chirping. You know that feeling? It's just a perfectly peaceful, normal morning.
And in one of these houses, we meet Abdullah and Fatima. They're just getting ready for school, and they've got a pretty big test today. Their mom calls them down for breakfast. They greet her with a warm "Assalamu alaikum," and they all sit down for a meal together. It's all just so normal, you know? The perfect start to a totally ordinary day. So, breakfast is done, they've got their backpacks on, and they give their mom a hug goodbye as they head for the door. It's a scene that's probably happened 100 times before. But this is where everything is about to change. It's the last normal moment of their day. They're literally at the door, about to walk out, when their day just takes this incredibly sharp turn. And just like that, the peace of the morning, it's gone. All of a sudden, their mom cries out. She's clutching her head. Her face is just filled with pain. And in that one instant, for those kids, everything just stops. You can just imagine it, right? That big test they were worried about, totally gone from their minds. School, everything. It just disappears. They run right to their mother's side, and you can see the worry all over their faces. She is their entire world in that moment.
And this is where they face a test, but it's not the one they were studying for. This one is way, way more important than anything they'd see in a classroom. They've got a really tough choice to make.
So think about this dilemma. On one side, you have their mother, who, even though she's in pain, is telling them, go to school, your test is important. But on the other side, you have their own hearts screaming that their mom needs them right now. What do you do? And after a quiet moment, Abdullah says something with so much wisdom for a kid his age. He looks at his mom and tells her, no, we're staying. Mother, today, serving you is the most important thing. Allah loves it when we serve our mothers. Wow, that's the moment right there, the real turning. Well, when she hears that, her eyes just fill up with tears. But not tears of pain, tears of pure love and gratitude. She just pulls them both into this huge hug, completely moved by how devoted they are. Yep, the choice has definitely been made. But here's the thing, it's not just about saying the right words, is it? Abdullah and Fatima, they immediately start to put those words into action. They're about to show us what true service, what's known as khidmat, really looks like. And check this out, they work like a real team. First, they gently help their mom lie down so she can rest. Then, Fatima heads straight to the kitchen to wash the dishes and make some tea. At the same time, Abdullah starts cleaning up the house and even fixes a fan that was broken. And then, he sits by his mom and gently massages her head with some oil. Every little thing they do is part of this bigger act of love. And you know what? It works. You can see the power of what they're doing. After a little while, their mother opens her eyes, and you can tell the pain is already starting to fade. It's not just the rest. It's that feeling of being completely surrounded by love and care. So seeing their mom feel better was the immediate payoff, right? But the story is not quite done. The biggest lesson, the ultimate reward for their choice, that comes a little later in the day. So that evening, their dad gets home from work, and of course he's surprised to see the kids are home. His wife tells him the whole story, how she suddenly got sick and how Abdullah and Fatima just dropped everything to take care of her. And you can just see the pride in his eyes. He puts a hand on each of their heads, and he tells them something so profound. He says, for children who serve their mother, Allah makes their paths easy. What a powerful thing to hear. And that's the moment it all clicks for them. Abdullah and Fatima finally truly understand what Maki Khidmat means. It's not just about doing a chore or a duty. No, it's the actual path to God's pleasure, to getting blessings in everything you do. So what are the big takeaways here? What do we learn from Abdullah and Fatima? Well, first, that serving our parents is a really fundamental duty. Second, that when you do something selfless, it doesn't just help the other person, it brings peace to you too. And finally, that real success, it's not about getting an A on a test. It's about earning something so much bigger.
And that really brings us back to where we started. This story is such a powerful example of service when things get tough. So it kind of leaves us with a question to chew on, doesn't it? In our own lives, with everything we have going on, what does true service actually look like for us? The big things and the small things.